said, brought to you by Shanahan Steakhouse. This is Woody's World. I'm Woody, and Les is not. I listened on the way in this morning to the pregame on the radio. Didn't get a chance to watch television because I was in the car, and that wouldn't have worked very well. And we are now subjected to another full year of the worst announcers in baseball. And you go, well, that's your opinion. I like them. Well, it's not my opinion. That was a survey taken recently of who are the worst local announcers in all of baseball. And guess what? Because that's what people like to say on radio and television, your Colorado Rockies have the worst announcers in baseball. And I went, what a surprise that is. They are watched, the Rockies are, by 37,000 people on Root Sports. Well, not interesting. They changed the name to Root because that's what they do. They root. Root also is a term where your pigs get in mud and just root around. Well, that's kind of what we see here. But I was listening, and here the Rockies have had all these rotation problems. We all know it. We want to hear the latest about what's going on, why the Rockies haven't gone out and gotten a pitcher. And what do we hear in the moments right before the first game of the season? Well, we hear about the Milwaukee Brewers honoring Bud Selig. We hear about Bud Selig Drive. We hear about Bud Selig's daughter, who used to be a travel agent in Denver, was the worst travel agent in the world for the Denver Post, and they got rid of her after about a year and a half. And guess what? She went on to a better job. Owner of the Milwaukee Brewers. We got to hear all about the father of the team, and I feel badly, the father of the owner of the team, died during the offseason. He would sing the national anthem at the games, and so they had a rendition of him singing at opening day last year. So we got to hear all that, and I thought, I'd really like to hear about the pitching rotation. I'd like to hear about Rex Brothers and why he really went to the minor leagues. I'd like to hear why Cargo was now batting second in the lineup instead of Corey Dickerson. But no, I got to hear about the remarkable career of Bud Selig, which I always thought was a mediocre career, but I guess I was wrong. I just thought I confused mediocre with remarkable. Maybe if you look up the synonym, remarkable and mediocre are right next to each other in the dictionary. I just wish, and I just long for the days, as Les does, whether he admits it or not, when there were great local announcers. I loved it if there were homers. Harry Carey was the biggest homer in the world, but he also criticized the Cubs and before them the Cardinals, and even that moment that he spent with the Oakland A's under Charlie Finley. I long for the days when you could actually tell the two announcers apart, that when one spoke, he didn't talk exactly like the other one. I love the days when there were different flavors, not just vanilla. Vanilla! I don't want vanilla every day of my life. That's what we're getting, vanilla. So, aside from the Rockies being a bad team again this year, you have to ask yourself a question. Are people, very few people, 37,000, watching the games on television because, A, the team is so bad, or B, the announcers are so bad? Well, I have a belief that it's C. It's both the announcers on radio and television and it's the Rockies. I'm Woody Paige, and that's my opinion.